Welcome back, everyone, to Get Ready with Me and Devotion, where we talk about Jesus and we get ready for the day at the same time. Today's verse that we're going to focus on is Isaiah 40:31. But they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up on wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint. So this scripture has meant so much to me in many phases and stages of my life. There's been many seasons of waiting for or on certain things, and this scripture just hits different in those times. And I love this verse because it's so inspiring and it offers hope, encouragement, and just a profound sense of renewal, speaking to the human experience of feeling weary or overwhelmed, and just reminding us that that faith and trust in God can bring a renewed sense of strength and purpose in our lives. And of course, waiting is not always easy. We all struggle with anxiety and being patient and getting antsy and all those things. And there has been and or will be a moment in our lives when waiting seems easier said than done. However, it's with grace and faith given by God to be steady in the waiting process, and it's like an anchor that keeps us grounded. And this vivid imagery in the scripture of soaring on wings like eagles speaks of freedom and grace and resilience. With divine help, we can rise above life's challenges. And this promise of running without growing weary and walking without fainting reassures us that perseverance is possible even in the tough times. I remember specifically after my surgery, the waiting game of getting back to doing normal things was a complete mind game. As someone who was once always serving and always doing, had to now become someone who was being forced to sit down and learn how to be served, it was more difficult than I cared to admit. And I also remember just the discomfort and the unease every night with stitches and just not feeling like myself and just waiting for the day that I would feel as normal as I possibly could. And now being almost 6 years into this journey, I am starting to see how every day since this surgery up until this point has been worth it. The same with physical therapy. I started physical therapy at the beginning of my sophomore year, which was 2 years later at the time. And at first it was rough. I would go home and be upset just because of how much strength I lost and just the exhaustion of it all. And as I would go every other day for several weeks, it was not easy. Just trying to maintain, this academic success and this physical routine as well, which was all weighing heavily on me mentally and emotionally. But getting through surgery, physical therapy, and appointments has been proof of this waiting game, being a complete success. And in June of this year, it will be my last UAB appointment, and I'm so grateful to finally see this day coming. And it just makes all these years worth of drives to the appointments and early mornings, the hard decisions, the surgery, and recovery itself, all worth it. And I can honestly say that this has been the biggest experience for me of walking out this scripture of literally waiting on the Lord and renewing my strength. And in recent years, like this one and the last, I've been more appreciative of this journey and how it's built me up, not just physically, but in other areas of my life as well. And God will put us in waiting seasons to teach us things along the way that we would have not known otherwise had we not went through the process. And it will always be worth the wait when God is in it, because his ways are better than our ways and his thoughts are higher than our thoughts. So right now, if you're in a waiting game of a new job, relationship, marriage, whatever it may be, always remember that it's closer than you think, because God is always working in the waiting. I love you guys so much, and y'all better get to church this morning.